Well, Lethiwe, as you know, that the 5th Global Conference on the Elimination of Child Labour is going to open today, and we're expecting for the President to give his opening remarks today. But right now I'm joined by the Minister of Social Development, Lindiwe Zulu. Minister, thank you so much for joining us this morning. As South Africa, we know the major issue of children-headed households because of various reasons, whether it's HIV, AIDS, or whether it's COVID-19. More recently here in KZN, we have the floods. What are some of the interventions that you have in place to make sure that we eliminate this problem?
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and a very good morning to your viewers. We are here as the Department of Social Development to participate at the 5th Global Child Labour Conference. As you are aware, as South Africa, we are signatory to all the conventions that are meant to protect our children, but we make sure that those conventions are actioned not only by the Department of Social Development, but we are the main department, but they are also actioned by other departments such as the Department of Women, Youth and People with Disability. What is important here is to appreciate that globally we need to end child labor, because the rights of children is that children should remain children. They are supposed to be left to be children. But of course, that to happen, it means us as adults, we must create the conducive environment for that, which therefore means children must be in proper homes, children must go to school, there must be proper clinics, there must be proper transport. Everything that makes a child happy is what we are supposed to do as a government, but also as civil society. May I also add that there is an importance here of parents. What do parents do? Are they aware of even the rights of the children? Are they even aware of the fact that the children themselves have written a children's charter which was handed over to the President? And we are happy that President Cyril Ramaphosa will be here, because it goes to show that himself as a head of state is fully aware of the work that we have to do as the Department of Social Development, but all other government departments, because we shouldn't make the mistake of thinking that anything to do with children must be something that's taken care of by the Department of Social Development. Education, health, and all other departments are very important here.
Minister, it's a global problem, child labor, but here in South Africa specifically, the majority of these children are heading households. Do you have a plan as a department on how to end all of this and help those children?
Yes, absolutely. The department itself has got a specific program that deals with child-headed households. There are grants that are also given to these children, because many of them some of them are parentless, or they only have one parent. We must also realize the fact that the Department of Social Development is responsible for all social grants, and part of those grants also goes to children. In fact, if I may say, the bulk of our budget from a point of view of grants is given to children. So the parents who are one parent, or the caregivers who are the ones who are taking care of the children, especially the orphans, children without parents. This year we're going to be increasing the amount of money that have been given to the caregivers or the families that are taking care of orphaned children, because before then the amount was below the poverty line. So now we're going to be increasing it to 720. But what I think is also important is the fact that the children or the caregivers no longer have to go through this tedious process of court processes. We are taking charge of that process and making sure that the children or the caregivers, they receive this money as quickly as possible without stress and strain.
Minister, another issue that we've seen is the abuse that takes place in these homes. I was speaking to a young man a bit earlier on who did share that he faced abuse from his parents, who then left him with his siblings. What is the plan there to help those children?
All the caregivers are registered under the Department of Social Development. Even the homes where the children are being kept have to be registered, and therefore we have to do the monitoring and evaluation by visiting these places. And it's not just the national department that has to do that. The three spheres of government has to take responsibility, because in each and every district there are these children who live within these households, but also province has to take responsibility. These people people need to be trained on the care, and this is what the department does. May I also add that the social workers are at the center of everything here. That's why as a department we feel that we need an increase in the number of social workers so that we can have social workers street to street, community to community, because having social workers is also about preventative measures. We need to prevent these before they happen. Here we are today at this center. It's one of the most beautiful centers that you can find where they take care of children. We visited the center right now, and unfortunately they also have children who are in conflict with the law, and I was asking them what is it that these children have done. Some of them is petty theft, some of them is break-ins, but the most disturbing one for me is the sexual abuse, because these are children, so it means that these are children who probably are learning it from somewhere, because society needs to wake up to the reality of the problem of South Africa of abuse against women and children. And if as children as young as the age that I saw there that are already involved in that, I wish to thank obviously the managers of this center. This is one of the best managed centers. So we spent 8.9 billion rands as a department giving it to the different centers, whether it's this one that takes care of child care center, whether it's the one for old age homes, whether it's the orphans. We are the ones who are responsible, and our call is to those that are receiving the grants from the department, from government, to say use the money properly. The money is supposed to go to the people. At the center of why we give this money, it is because we expect them to really make sure that they've got proper programs. Like here, they've got educational programs, they've got recreational programs, they've got programs that are preparing the children to come out here and be better citizens.
Now, ahead of this global conference, the President is going to be opening it. Take us through what we can expect, and also we know that child ambassadors will be joining you this year for the first time.
Yes, I'm very excited about the child ambassadors. We actually met with them yesterday in the evening, and as you can see, we are also joined by Miss Teen SA, as well as Miss South Africa, as well as Miss Teen Universe, who are here, who met with the child ambassadors yesterday. Why do we have child ambassadors? These are young people who have a capacity, who have been selected at different levels in their communities, in their schools, to really be the voice of the children who do not have the voice. So the child ambassadors are going to be meeting the President first and foremost, but also they are being exposed to what conferences are. For the first time in the life or in the history of this global conference, children are going to be given an opportunity and a platform, and this is happening for the first time in South Africa. You ask me why that's happening? It is because the South African children themselves are very vibrant. They know what they are about. We had speakers from the different, from the Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament who are also participating. So the power must be given also to the children so that they can be able to tell us as adults what is it that they want. They know what they want. We just need to make sure that we create the conducive environment for them and stop saying children are the future and we wait until that future comes. Their future is today.
Thank you so much, Minister.
My pleasure.
So Rafiwa, that is the Minister for Social Development in the country, Lindiwe Zulu, just basically taking us through what is going to be happening at the global conference. Of course, it's set to start at around 12. She's also addressed some very important issues regarding child-headed homes, saying that they have increased the amount of money that those caregivers are going to receive, and also basically providing financial help to those households. We do know that they are desperate for financial help. The young gentleman that I spoke to earlier did say that he had to work to take care of his siblings when they actually did not have anyone to take care of them. So we will be hearing more from the President as the conference starts.
No, absolutely. It's going to be very interesting to see the plan of action that the President and related stakeholders have to curb the scourge of growing households that are being headed by children in various parts of South Africa.